Hello everyone, welcome to the CHH Makers, the online platform where we will have our concept in a very new way, very enjoyable way. Today, we will learn about the concept which is frequently asked in the questions, and that is the number theory. In number theory, today we are going to take the first topic, that is the classification of numbers, that is how numbers are classified. You might have seen a lot of numbers in your life like pi 34, 1.25, 3.333, 5i, 4 by 9. Now you might wonder, what is this 5i? Why we are using this alphabet with this number? Okay, so for understanding this fact, we have to go further on. This is a different way to understand the things. So we will go to the next slide and we will try to understand, or we will try to recall the type of numbers that you might have heard till now. Look, you might have heard about the integers. Just a wait. You might have heard about integers. You might have heard about fractions. Positive integers, negative integers. Then real numbers, complex numbers, rational numbers, irrational numbers. Then fractions, whole numbers, prime numbers, co-prime numbers, composite numbers, and there are a lot of numbers which will definitely confuse you, right? So just to remove this confusion out of your life, we are going to segregate these numbers on a very regular basis. Look here, type of numbers. Numbers initially are of two types. The first one is real numbers and second one is imaginary numbers or the complex numbers. What are real numbers? So the real numbers are the numbers which we use in our real life, in our regular life, to measure the things, like if you need to measure distance, duration or temperature. This fundamental one-dimensional things, if you want to measure, we have to use the concept of real numbers. You might have heard about these numbers: 4, 80 kgs, minus 2 degrees Celsius, 7 by 8. This all are the real numbers that we use in our real life. So what are complex numbers? Complex numbers are of the form x plus iy. Now what is x plus iy? This x and y are the real numbers and I is the imaginary part used with y. What is I? Look, if I need to calculate the square root of the square root of what? A negative number. Square root of, let us say, minus 4. So will you be able to calculate the square root of minus 4? Absolutely not, because if we calculate the square root of a positive 4, definitely it will give you a value of 2, right? But if you try to calculate the value of root of minus 4, it is not calculable, because the square root of negative numbers is not possible. So if you want to calculate this thing, you have to tell it like this will be 2 times of I, where I is the iota. Iota is equals to under root of minus 1. Okay, so we have two type of numbers initially. The first one is real numbers and the second one is complex numbers. Now further moving down, we will have some another numbers. Like real numbers are further classified into two categories. The first one is rational and the second one is irrational numbers. Now what are rational numbers? Rational numbers will always be of the form a by b. A is the numerator, B is the denominator, where A and B can be co-prime, can be some other numbers, but B cannot be equals to 0, because you might know that 0 in the denominator is not possible. So we have rational numbers. Now we have irrational numbers. So what are irrational numbers? These are the numbers which are always in the decimal form, and also with the decimal they are non-terminating as well as non-recurring. They will never terminate and they will never recur a specific pattern out of there. Next, If we further try to classify the rational numbers, so rational numbers are further classified into two types. The first one is integers and the second one is fractions. If you look at the integers, what are integers? Integers are the rational numbers where the value of b is equals to 1. Okay, this is 3, 85, minus 6, 0 and 16. These all are the integers. And what are fractions? In the fractions, definitely we can say the value of b will not be equals to 1. These are the fractions. Now, the classification of integers is further carried on. Integers will be of three types. You might have heard about the positive integers. You might have heard about the negative integers. What is the third one? Third one is 0. 0 is neither calculated into positive nor calculated in the negative integers. It is a different unique number, integer. Okay, so integers are three types: positive, negative and 0. Next, fractions. Again, fractions are of two types. First one is proper fraction, second one is improper fraction. What are proper fractions? The proper fractions has numerator less than the denominator. Numerator is less than the denominator. And what are improper fractions? Improper fractions is numerator greater than denominator. This type of fractions are also known as mixed fractions. Okay, always remember this thing. This type of fractions are also known as mixed fraction. Okay, this is all about the numbers today. We will carry on the other part of the numbers, that is the prime numbers, co-prime number, composite numbers, in our next video. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you so much.